What's that sound? Huh? You again? Huh? What? Hello Internet, welcome to Host's Fury, the show that's not really good at mimicking the ones we look up to. In my last video I talked about how the marionette plushies are everywhere, within the real world, the AR world, even in Princess Quest. And we thought that it's supposed to represent the Charlie code within the mimic that was used to run the Pizzaplex or make the game. Hence why the protective nature of some characters that was directly linked to the protective nature of the puppet. But there's one tiny teensy, just a smidge of a problem. Why is the puppet represented by the marionette? We know that Nightmare Marionette was just a character made for Help Wanted, therefore not canon within the story of Five Nights at Freddy's, but canon within the Freddy Fazbear's branding. That means whoever we play as in FNAF 4 did not see Nightmare Marionette. Now why does the origin of Nightmare Marionette matter? Well, we'll get to that later in the video. Mappa thought that the marionette is supposed to show that Glitchtrap is having evil effects on the Charlie code within the mimic programming, which I guess makes sense because we see Glitchtrap being the more dominant side of the two. An example of this comes from the story of Vanessa, trying to escape from Glitchtrap's control, but at the end she gives up and becomes the Mustard Man's little servant. It must suck to be a servant of a guy who's called Mustard Man by the community. Hashtag we feel you, Vanessa. Now Mappa did not bring enough proof to prove his theory. So I tried doing the homework for him, and when I was doing that, I realized one detail in Ruin that stood out to me. And after connecting the dots, I noticed that this connection solves one of the biggest mysteries from 7 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. And it all ties back to the survival logbook. Now going into this, I did not expect to solve anything from 7 years ago. I was just trying to bring up a shitty excuse for why Steelwool decided to portray Puppet as the marionette. And then I solved this thing, and you might be asking, what is that certain detail that ties back all the way to 7 years ago? Well, in Ruin, we realize that Cassie has a connection with the animatronic Roxy. And when Roxy realizes that Cassie is the one she's trying to chomp down, her behavior changes. She turns more protective and caring, just like the puppet. You could say it was a reminder of a good memory that caused her to suddenly take control. Wait, hold on. So if the Charlie code only takes over with a reminder of a good memory, just like we saw Roxy remembering Cassie's birthday celebration, maybe this minigame all the way back in FNAF 2 wasn't the puppet only giving them the gift of life, but gifting them who they were, reminding them of their happiest memories. So this could only mean one thing. The faded text in the survival logbook is actually the puppet. Now this might sound like a reach, but hear me out. Just look at what Faded is trying to do within the survival logbook. She's trying to remind the alter text, whoever they might be, of their favorite toy or favorite ride or a party that was just for them. Literally a memory that would make a kid happy. In this page we literally see the puppet giving a cake to a kid, and above that Faded asks, "Do you remember your name?" Where have we seen this exact scenario? Well, in FNAF 3. For years we have speculated it to be Cassidy, but that doesn't make any sense. Why do we get the name Cassidy through altered text if Faded is trying to make Altered remember who they are? And then all of a sudden we get the name of Faded through altered text. It didn't make any sense, and at the time I think we just rushed to conclusions. From a narrative standpoint, why would the Vengeful Spirit care about the crying child remembering who they are? The Vengeful Spirit only cares about revenge and tormenting Afton. But now he's helping the son of Afton? It just doesn't make any sense. But if Faded is Charlie, she wouldn't care who she's helping as long as she's helping. So does this mean that Cassidy is the name of the crying child and Dual Pluses was right? Well, that, my friends, is for another video. So make sure you forehead that subscribe button to not miss out. I know what you're screaming at your low monitors right now. Then why are you making this video if Matt Pratt has sold it already and you're just adding to his fury? Well, he would be right if it wasn't for this singular puppet plushie. Remember how I told you about the origins of Nightmare Marionette? Well, in one of the stories from Tales of the Pizzaplex called The Storyteller, the head of board of Fazbear Entertainment decides to cut costs by replacing the creative department with the Mimic AI. And Mr. Burroughs does that to make new stories for the characters and make new narratives for Fazbear Entertainment properties. So if Nightmare Marionette originates from Help Wanted, a game that we know uses the Mimic AI to run its programming, that means the Nightmare Marionette is actually a creation of the Mimic. I mean, come on, this is not even a reach. I mean, the creative department is used in companies to make new characters or make new ideas. And if an AI replaces that, why shouldn't it come up with a nightmarish version of an already existing character? This makes a lot of sense. So the reason that the Charlie code is represented by the Night Marionette is because Night Marionette is a character built by the Mimic. So it's using its own creation to represent itself. But that raises the question of why this singular puppet plushie is not nightmared up. Well, for that, my friends, you have to look at where this plushie exactly is. In the bathroom of the Fast Gate. A Fast Gate that has the Music Man inside of it. The connection between puppet and music have been referenced multiple times within the franchise. In FNAF 2, you had to wind up the music box to keep the puppet calm. In Ultimate Custom 9, the puppet delivers this line.
Dean, powerless, is like music to me.
The Mimic code has been used to make How Wanted. How Wanted goes back to these original games, and a singular mechanic of winding up the music box to keep the puppet calm is in Mimic's code. So if a singular Night Marionette plushie happens to be in a place where music gets played, it's not nightmared up anymore because it is calm, it is put to sleep, and it's not harmful. So there it is, the mystery of the Night Marionette solved. It's just the Mimic programming using its own creation to represent the Charlie code within the AI programming. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think of this theory? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's a bit of a reach? I would like to hear your thoughts. As always, I've been your host, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!